Hello everybody. I'm just under 2 weeks here before I go back to the USA. I've seen a lot of things here. I've met a lot of great people. I've tried a lot of wonderful food, and I've had a lot of new experiences that I wouldn't have had otherwise. I wrote down a few things about the Philippines and about America, and what I miss most about the USA. Although the Philippines has been my home for nearly a year now, I've learned so much and adapted to a new culture, I guess somewhat. The longer I've been here, the more I've realized it would take a lifetime to see the diversity of all the islands. In Mindanao alone, there's clans and tribes, and they're so different from others. Different beliefs and different superstitions. But there's one thing the people here they've had in common. Even to an outsider like me, they've shown me respect. They're welcoming, friendly, gentle, and loving. That's the best way I could describe the people as a whole. I don't have to describe the way Americans are anymore. Everyone knows, there's a lot of disrespectful people, a lot of arrogant people, just not the kind of people that I choose to be around. And I'm lucky where I live in the United States. I live in the country, in the Midwest. And everybody, talks about, well, I wouldn't leave the USA because it's the greatest country in the world. Well, yeah, I agree. At once it was the greatest country in the world, but it's not anymore. Everybody talks about, well, it's free. Well, the Philippines is free, and there's 180 other sovereign states in the world that are free. Now, here's some reasons why the United States is not number one anymore. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, 4th in labor force, and 4th in exports. So there's no proof on paper anymore that the United States is the greatest country in the world. It used to be number one. I can remember those times. We lead the world now in only 2 categories. One of them is the highest number of incarcerated citizens per capita of any other country in the world. And we lead the world in our defense spending. We spend more than the next 26 countries combined, and 20 of them, or 25 of those, they're our allies. This generation now, everybody knows, want to identify as a dog, or a boy identifying as a girl, or a girl identifying as a boy. That's not how I think, and I never will be convinced to think otherwise, no matter I'm a bigot or a racist or whatever. That's facts are facts, and that's how it is. Label me how you want. This generation, it's the worst generation the United States has ever known. We used to we used to stand up for what was morally right, pass laws, and struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged war on poverty, not on poor people. We cared about our neighbors and put our money where our mouth is. We never beat our chest. We built great things, made super important technological advances, explored the universe, cured diseases. We cultivated the world's greatest artists, had the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars. We acted like men and women. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for or what we thought we were. We were able to do all these things and and be all these things because we were informed by great people, people who revered America. Um, it's not the greatest country in the world anymore, but it's still my home. Like I said, I came from the country, farm country in the Midwest, where I had my free to use my guns every day, like the citizens over in the Philippines are too. I could target practice, hunt squirrels, rabbits, quail, pheasants, and deer, just to name a few. I miss those cool, crisp mornings sitting in a tree stand during a late October archery hunt and fishing. Although I can fish here, there's nothing like a largemouth bass smashing a topwater lure, or the fight of some big bluegill, or brim as you call them in the South, and red ear on an ultralight rod. I miss the service in the restaurants back home. They're very different here. Miss the taste of American beef. And I know some of you'll say, well, it's because of steroids. No, it's not steroids, because grass-fed beef, my beef, tastes different than grass-fed Philippine beef. I miss telling jokes and someone gets the punchline instead of staring at you and being lost in what you said. There are so many things I miss, but my family's number one. I miss them more than anybody. There are also many things I miss about the Philippines. That's why I've decided to live here and in the USA, and probably spend more time in the USA. There's things there that I miss more than I'll miss here. And that's where I'm an American. When I get tired of the infighting and political drama, I know where I'm going to come. I'm going to come back to the Philippines. When I get tired of the fast-paced life, I can come to this island paradise and get my mind healed again. A slower pace and the wonderful people really do repair your mind and make you think more clearly. They let you look at the USA from the outside, letting you know that there is still hope in the world. It let you look at back at the USA, making you realize what the most important things in your life are. As my time dwindles down, I catch myself daydreaming of these things back home. I'm sure when I get back home, there'll be a day and I'll be daydreaming about things here, especially during the cold, snowy winter days. I'll daydream of the warm, sunny days and the gentle, warm breeze coming from the mountains and the smell of the fruits and the vegetables. Since I live in a city environment here, I don't hear the sound of nature like a whippoorwill in the night or a turkey's gobble in the distance. Those were sounds I took for granted for a while, but I won't again. Living here heals the soul and gives you a new lease on life. Makes you really realize all the things I took for granted living in the country, and realize how lucky I am to experience a new culture and world unlike what is normal to me. I'll miss the Philippines just like I miss America, each for the wonderful but different things that they offer. I'll return again, but remain with my permanent home in America and a vacation home here. I don't know how long I'll be gone, thinking about going back to work again and working full time. But no matter what I choose, I'll always remember the Philippines, and I will return here. So until next time, have a good one, be safe, and as always, mahal ko tayo.